Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about Pluto Conjunct Chiron and the natal chart. As some of you may remember, when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They were a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have Pluto Conjunct Chiron in your natal chart, there may be a tremendous passion, desire, and emotional intensity, which is Pluto, associated with matters with helping and healing others, which is Chiron. Now, if you have, let's say, Chiron as an Aquarius, helping and healing others may be done by matters with society. You may help and heal others, and integrate with society, find their place in the world. It could be through humanitarian, altruistic endeavors. It may be through, astrology, computers, electronics. As some examples, such as helping somebody, through astrology and through their chart, understanding, more about themselves and their abilities, and computer, electronic repair, as some examples. Now, also to intimate connections and those who are in shared resources situations, which is Pluto, may play an integral role in emotional and physical needs, which is Chiron. Now, keep in mind, conjunctions are neutral aspects in astrology, so these people, can be good, and or negative, in those matters. Chiron, let's say it's in a Capricorn as an example. There may be, emotional related wounds connected with one's career or social status, stature in life, the public image, the reputation. Maybe it's matters with responsibilities. Physical related wounds, can include, like the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings. Maybe there's more physical related suffering one endures during old age. Also, too, this aspect can indicate that in some point in time there may be physical related suffering, which is Chiron, associated with the colon, the bladder, the prostate, the urinary tract, or reproductive system, which is Pluto. Now, going back to Capricorn again, if the conjunction is in Capricorn, say this might be something more an older age, more of a serious nature. If you have the conjunction as an Aquarius, the issues may be more sporadic, erratic, intermittent. They may be more nerve related. The conjunction in Sagittarius can be on a large scale. Conjunction in Scorpio may be one of a deeper issue, or which requires more X-rays and MRI imaging, as some examples. Also, too, Pluto-related people may figure prominently in issues with depleted self-esteem, which is Chiron. Now, Pluto-related people can cover, a number of persons, whether it's those that are in shared resources situations. It could be intimate connections. It may be those that are in Pluto-related fields, whether it's surgeons, coroners, people in recycling, insurance, embalming, investigation, forensics, or even the occult, which includes astrology. Now, if Chiron is in Aries as an example, there may be issues with depleted self-esteem connected with one's identity in the world. It may involve matters with aggression or assertion. It may, have to do with, matters with some kind of physical confrontation, some battles, or, one had to endure, or matters with courage, as some examples. Now, also, too, you may mentor and teach, which is Chiron. It could be, Pluto-related, something Pluto-related, which can include psychology, recycling, insurance, forensics, or the occult, which includes astrology. Now, let's say if the conjunction is in Sagittarius, as an example, This may be flavored with more exuberance, enthusiasm, expansiveness. It can be tied in with, maybe like a philosophy or, higher education. The conjunction is in Scorpio. It may be flavored with more, emotional intensity, even more passion and desire, as some examples. Now, also, too, there may be an interest in deep research, which is, Pluto, associated with astrology, which is Chiron. Now, going back to Sagittarius as an example, this could flavor this more, again, with more enthusiasm, exuberance, expansiveness. If the conjunction is in Capricorn, say, this could be flavored with more structure, discipline, consistency, seriousness, more powers of concentration, responsibility, and ambition, as another example. Also, too, this aspect can indicate being enamored, with the psychological, which is Pluto, aspect of astrology, which is Chiron. Now, again, going to, Capricorn as an example, this could be, if the conjunction is in Capricorn, it can be flavored with more, structure, discipline, consistency, ambition, strong powers of concentration. If the conjunction is in Libra, this may be, more of something, maybe flavored with more balance, refinement. It may be done, with a marriage partner or significant other, as some examples. Now, also the deepest wound, which is Chiron, may be associated with deep, intimate connections, power, control, and even in some remote cases could be sexual abuse, which is Pluto. Now, if the conjunction is in Capricorn, it may be flavored with more dejection or sadness or despondency. It may be even more of a serious issue. It may be something more career-related. Conjunction in Sagittarius, there may have been, the power and control issues may have been tied into something with publishing or advertising, or it may involve, some religion, religious congregation, as some examples. Also, too, looking at this aspect is that, the key, I would say, key is Chiron. The key for this aspect is to emphasize, I'd say, creating one's own legacy, which is Pluto, as opposed to being, supremely envious or jealous of others', achievements, and their accolades. And, the thing about this is, if Chiron, say, is in Sagittarius, this may involve, as far as, achievements and accolades that others have. It may involve something, again, with people involved in publishing or advertising or printing press operation, or, philosophy, religion, higher education, sports, the outdoors, as, what may have been accomplished through those things, as an example. Now, also to keep in mind, if Chiron is retrograde, issues with, wounds, emotional, physical related suffering, may be more suppressed, and there may be more of an emphasis on self-healing, in contrast to Chiron being direct in one's chart. Now, let's say, for example, if Chiron, is in Virgo, there may have been, physical related suffering, connected maybe with the spleen or the pancreas. There might have been digestive issues that one may want to keep more suppressed and doesn't talk about much. Or, if there's issues, as far as emotional suffering, maybe connected with some kind of analytical ability, or, lack of, or intellectual, cerebral ability to, maybe there's issues seeing the details and things or matters pertaining to work, employment, service-related matters, health and fitness in general. As some examples, the person may be more inclined to keep these issues suppressed and, not really, disclose these matters. So there may be also be more about self-healing in these issues, in contrast to Chiron being direct in one's natal chart. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay well.